All right, everyone, here we go. This is an all signs reading. Doesn't matter what your sign is, it's straight up energy reading. This is for Mercury Retrograde in Aries. It's actually a pretty important energy toward all of the energy of April, okay? And I wrote about it in my write-up on April. I talked about this energy being sort of the seatbelt that holds us in place for our timeline shift and all the changes that are happening. Well, yeah. That's about what it is, but it's an energy that puts everyone, your side of the soulmate cycle, their side of the soulmate cycle, etc. Even societal energies on some level, but let's just talk about the soulmate cycle. Each side in a mood. You know how sometimes you just get in a mood and you might stick for a little while, your mood. It may be a contemplative mood, it might be just, I don't know, could be angry, could be happy, could be whatever. This mood, though, is very specific. It makes you feel and think at the same time. All right? And what that mood is, well, I think, I thought about it a little bit. I think George Eliot said it best. Okay? So I'm going to do a quote. George Eliot. The mood of this retrograde is remembering, figuring out that it's never too late to be what you might have been. Think about that. Okay, that's the mode we're in for the next few weeks, if not the entire month. It's never too late to be what, or now alter it, what or who you might have been. Now, what that means to you, I don't know, you'll have to figure that out. I recommend drawing out your life on a timeline and figuring out what road you could have taken or something along those lines. Some of you might figure out that you're exactly where you want to be. What does it mean to the incoming energies coming towards you? People who haven't told you how they felt, or a runner. Well, what do you think it means, right? It's never too... Somebody figures out here that it's not too late. And that's the main excuse that the DM side makes for not coming towards you. Whether it's a new soulmate holding on to feelings or a long-lost runner, the most common excuse I get in the energy is, well, too much time has passed. You know, it's been this. I should just move in another direction, all that kind of thing. And figure out it's never too late to be what you might have been. And it's a very important energy. I thought about it long and hard. I figured that's the best way to explain it. All right, so I got a pre-shuffle here. Keep that in mind for yourself. It applies to you as well. Remember that quote. All right, George, good old George Eliot. All right, general reading. It may or may not resonate with you, but if the title brought you in here or you found Steve's Love Tarot, you're here for a reason. This reading is timeless. You know, you're all moving at different speeds on your timeline, and that energy, that mood, that contemplative mode might hit all of you at different times, but it's the theme energy of this Mercury retrograde as I feel it. All right? And I think it sums it up nicely, and I think the universe backed me up with this pre-shuffle. I asked the universe, give me the soulmate cycle with the influence of Mercury retrograde in Aries. This is just the surface energy, a tower on the surface energy, tearing things down, right? It's crossed by the Three of Pentacles. This is the epitome. I could not believe when this came up. It's like when the eclipse card, the judgment, came up in the pre-shuffle of the eclipse reading. You know, it's a bit of that. It's a bit of, it's never too late to tear things down and be what or who you might have been. All right, it's right there with the Three of Pentacles crossing the tower. Underneath that, though, is a Page of Cups, which escalates to a Knight of Cups, which does that for a reason, because it starts to make sense, it makes more sense, and somebody wants to fix things a little bit. Somebody starts moving. Somebody starts doing something. And underneath that is the butterfly of transformation. This retrograde will transform both sides' heart chakras in some way. All right, the green is the heart chakra, the butterfly is transformation. It's rooted in an energy of victory. All right, yeah. Pretty wild. I love that pre-shuffle. All right, let's shuffle the deck. This first card out's before the cut. That's why the fuck are we here. All right, keep that in mind for yourself. Going forward, even if you're like, Mom, this guy sucks, I don't like this reading, keep it in mind for the future, right? Some of you are pretty young that watch me, right? You might get older, and then you start getting bummed out and depressed. Hell, half the people in my age group are on antidepressants for some reason or another. Probably because, in part, anyway, I'm sure there's medical reasons for some, but in part, they may have not known or forgotten that it's never too late to become what you might have been. Right? It's a good idea to think about it, but you got to look at your life honestly. You got to go back. I like whiteboards and drawing timelines on the whiteboard. Put the people and places and decisions, all of it on there. You figure it out. All right, let's go. But the incoming energies are figuring out their old excuse of too much time has passed or whatever. That's the most common excuse. It's a whole energy of it's not too late. All right, let's go. It's never too late. All right, even if it's your last couple of breaths, there's still time to figure it out. And if you'd be wise to do so, because, well, I don't know exactly what happens when we die. I do know your energy goes back into the pool and dissipates out. And if you didn't learn it in this lifetime, you'll learn it in the next one. All right. Or have to relive it in the next one. Oof. All right. Card before the cut. Why the fuck are we here? Ace of Swords. Did you expect anything else? I mean, he might have been Temperance, Archangel Michael energy. That's Archangel Michael's Sword of Truth. Yeah. It applies to both sides, but I'm going to read the incoming energy here. Yeah. Somebody gets it. It's an epiphany. What's the epiphany? It's never too late to be what you might have been. That's the best way I could describe it, you know? A little quote, but it fits. It fits the energy like a glove. All right, let's go. What comes after the cut? The King of Cups. Somebody, there's a very strong chance here. Mercury retrograde retrogrades are always about contemplation, you know, and giving things a rethink. Mercury retrograde has a reputation for bringing people back, right? This one does just that. Somebody here, very, very emotional, very, very much wanting to open up. Feeling the king, if you will, here a little bit. All right, let's shuffle the deck one last time, and let's pull ourselves a reading. I'll ask the universe. I've already put it out there. The words are just for you. Give me the soulmate cycle with the influence of Mercury retrograde in Aries. Let's do it. All right, come on now. Give me a reading, universe. Who knows what I mean by that? Yeah, okay, come on, come on. We can do it. The cards are getting harder and harder to shuffle, and that's about it. The Knight of Pentacles, crossed by the World. I've seen this energy before. We've had this energy somewhere before. Standing still's not, it's that standing still's not going to be enough energy. It may have been the weekly reading, and it wouldn't surprise me if it was. I don't know why. Maybe the Friday reading, maybe the weekly reading. I don't know, but that's familiar energy to me. This night gets going here. They get moving under this new energy. Somebody wants something new, and they're not willing to stand still. I saw that with the Ace of Swords and the King. We saw it with the Tower and the pre-shuffle. All right. Our reading's on top here, on the flip. Right here's the energy around your connection. Right here's how whatever energies are attached to you, whoever it is behaving in the 3D in real life. Right here's their soul. There's the hidden energy message from the universe, read with the energy of your connection. And right here's the potential final outcome. I say potential because I cannot predict free will. Nobody can. And I will clarify everything and throw some universe cards at the end. And you bet your sweet asses there's going to be an extended. This is a very deep philosophical energy. I like that. Have a deep philosophical reading here. Let's go. Oh, look at that. A lot of energy here. We froze. I can't believe it. It's always in the same two spots. All right. That's it. Hold on. You know, it's funny. Before we started this reading, when I was shuffling for the pre-shuffle, I said to Flem the parrot over here to my left, I said, you know, this thing's going to freeze. There's a lot of energy here. Yeah, there is. All right. There we go. Anyway, I always catch the freeze up. These days I look before I start throwing cards. All right, energy around. The energy is swirling. And when that happens, it's too much for the little USB jack, man. It just can't take it. Doesn't do it any other time. If I'm on a video conference call or something, never. Right? It's always these damn readings. Same setup, same software. All right, energy around your connection. 8 of Cups. It's a reversed energy. Somebody's returning. Somebody wants a second crack at this. I'm just telling you it's a reversed energy. For those that, I don't pull the cards reversed, but if the energy's reversed, I read it that way. So that means somebody who walked away from this connection is returning to it. I'll read it as upright just because to keep everybody happy. It doesn't really matter. The energy of the connection here is somebody wants to fix these 8 broken cups. You got somebody returning to the connection either way. Someone that may have broken it or someone that feels broken because they never told you how they feel. Either way, it's encouraging. All right? Right now, We got one energy missing in action that's returning. How they behaving in the 3D? See? Victory after a long battle energy. What did I just say before I threw this card? The last thing I said about this card was the last little tail end of the energy that was feedbacking off of this. Right? The cards are just mediums. I said somebody is returning. I said that. This is victory after a long battle aspect of the Six of Wands. Somebody's figuring it out. Somebody's figuring something out. They've found themselves on some level. Okay? And you will in this energy too. There's a lot of transformation happening in the heart chakra. We'll see what happens when we clarify. Give me their soul here. It bookends the Eight of Cups, the Six of Swords. We got some cards from the pre-shuffle coming back for sure. The energy of the soul is flowing smoothly, is kind of what that means. The energy of the soul is flowing smoothly. It makes sense. Somebody gets it. Somebody's found themselves. We've gone from choppy water to smooth water. This one's going to be interesting to clarify too. These cards together tell me, if I'm to just add up all the energy together and kind of paraphrase it, somebody here is very disappointed with how their life turned out. Okay, and I'm just reading the incoming energy. You might be on a smaller level or on a higher level. If you are, I think the DF will do something about it much more easily than this energy will on the DM side. But yeah, I think somebody's very dissatisfied with how their lives turned out, and this energy makes you realize it's never too late to be what you might have been. And somebody might want to try that again, because what they got now is 8 broken cups in a connection that they have a lot of feelings for, and we know that because of the truth before the cut and the King of Cups. The King of Cups holds that Ace of Cups, but they didn't give it. Message from the universe. What's the universe want to tell us? It's red with the 8 of Cups. Page of Pentacles. Student. It's a student energy. It's communication. Another rainbow. Rainbow. Somebody's figured out that their life isn't a rainbow. It's 8 broken cups. They want to come towards it. They want to come toward the 9 cups. It is a communication aspect here. Very interesting. We'll see what happens when we clarify. What's the potential final outcome? It's red with 6 of Wands, which is a victory after a long battle energy, which is very specific. I don't always get that off the 6 of Wands. If you've been here a while, you know that that's a specific energy here for that card. Yeah, I believe it. I fucking knew it was going to be something like this. 4 of Wands. Yeah. Somebody walking a new path. You know, these are very powerful connections. Okay, there's no doubt. Both sides of the soulmate cycle. There's huge transformation in the heart chakra. There's new paths. Paths that could have been once traveled. Okay? Can I phrase it that way? Walking a path that could have been once traveled. Sometimes that's how we learn in life, you know? Sometimes it's just the way it is. Let's clarify. Let's clarify. Why is the 8 of Cups here? All right, let's find out. Why is the 8 of Cups here? Tell me about it. What's going on? Now that energy, technically, I read it both ways, but that's reversed. Okay? So I'm not going to take the card and flip it. Some people ask me to. If you're reading a reversed energy, you should flip the card. I don't think so. It's not necessary. Right? Just take my word for it. It's the 8 of Cups reversed. You don't have to. If you don't want to take my word for it, you shouldn't be watching the reading, to be honest with you. But anyway, but it can be read either way. Either way, it tells a story. It's probably both. All right. Why is the 8 of Cups here? Look at that. It's bookends the 6 of Swords, red with the 6 of Swords in the soul, and it's crossed by the 6 of Swords. Right? Somebody wants to come back. Somebody's coming back. Not very fast. They're on a canoe, but they're coming back. The environmental energy is somebody figures something out here. Right. Figures out in part that it's not too late. That's what's lighting up the rainbows here. What's on top? 5 of Pentacles. That shouldn't surprise anybody. That card, man, that card came out a lot in the monthly fly-through, right? The zodiac fly-through, the monthly readings. It ties to what I said when I added all these energies up here and just sort of paraphrased it for you, because that's one of the ways it's coming back at me. Somebody here is dissatisfied with, they feel like they let themselves down in life. Sometimes we get to that point, you know. I got a lot of friends in my age group, the 45 to 55 age group, who feel that way. They feel that way sometimes. This energy will remind them that it's never too late to fix it. Okay, you can do stuff. You can do, it may not be able to do the exact path, but you could do something similar, right? It's never too late to be what or who you might have been. All right, why is the Five of Pentacles here? The Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, not a surprise. You know, that somebody figures it out. Somebody wants to come in from out of the cold. Someone's returning. You put all that energy, Six of Swords, incoming, Ace of Pentacles, somebody out in the cold. You put all that on top of an Eight of Cups reversed, which that is. And you've got somebody returning toward the connection. Someone who blew it off. Someone who walked away. Someone who didn't take this path. The final outcome is taking a path that you rejected once, or that you passed by, or that you once could have taken. It's going back and retaking it, trying it. It's victory after a long battle here, though. Why is that energy here? Why is victory after a long battle here, specifically on this Six of Wands? Tell me about the Six of Wands. It's actually a very peaceful energy. And I say that as I look over at Flem the Parrot, who's off to the left of me, sound asleep. I swear to God, he's sound asleep right now. Up on one foot, eyes closed. I'm out like a light, right? He's out like a light in this energy. And we have to swim in this energy to pull this reading. So, that being said, it's a very nice feeling. Right? You might have a lot, just talking to you guys while I'm shuffling, you might have a lot of nostalgia in this for things, okay? You might watch old TV shows you haven't watched in a long time, which might bring something up. There's a lot of imagery involved with this retrograde that will help you. Maybe the weather will be just right to remind you of something, right? Whatever it is, keep old George Eliot's quote in mind, okay? All right. It's never too late. This side here, victory after a long battle. Why is the Six of Wands here? I'm sick of shuffling. Yeah. Holy crap, talk about victory after a long battle. It's crossed by 8 wands, and it's just a communication aspect. And remember, this ties with this, right? These are read together. You're already guaranteed the opportunity energy for communication. Look, all of this, everything I'm saying, the whole George Eliot quote, all of that, everything I'm saying is opportunity contained within the energy. You could choose to blow it off. Any of these runners could use their free will to just blow off this time. Piss and moan about it being Mercury retrograde and the toaster's not working. The computer's freezing. Typical Mercury retrograde stuff. Fine. But they miss the opportunity by doing that. I'm telling you the opportunity that's contained within this energy. And I think a good number of the incoming energies here take it. And I think a good number of you guys will take the opportunity as well. It's an opportunity to change your life in a lot of ways. To be who you might have been. Who or what. What's on top here? 2 of Wands. Yeah, I believe with this energy here, we're moving past the 2 of Wands. We're drifting way past planning here. Why is the 2 of Wands here? The world. Yeah. In this world, plans happen. And it's what the universe is saying. In this new energy, which we are, in April, if you read my write-up and if you watched my April readings so far, you know we've jumped a timeline. All right, y'all going to jump it at different times, but at some point, you'll figure it out. All right? In this energy, we don't just plan, we do. Okay, we move forward. There's a current. It's a current. You can't just sit. The energy readers call the energy around us a river, right? You can't just, this is a part of the river. This energy, you can't just sit there on the inner tube on top and relax. The current is too strong, okay? The environmental energy is flowing. We make plans and we do. We look back and we do. But it's also, this is talking about the contemplative energy as well. In this energy, like a nice sunny day like that with little nice clouds in the sky, it's a time to reflect and look and think, hey, I got the whole world in my hands, right? It's like that moment in Back to the Future where Michael J. Fox's character wants to save Doc, right? And he realizes, wait, I got a time machine. I just need to change some of the dials. It's a bit of that, all right? We've had that type of energy before, but not this strong. Not where this retrograde for like a 3 to 4 week period is locking us in, seat belting us into that time machine. Yeah, you really will. It puts you in a mood. The opportunity is there to drift, if you sit quietly with it, to drift into that mode, right? That mode of that quote, where it's never too late to be what you might have been. They figure that out here for sure. I mean, we're way past planning. We're moving. Let's talk about 6 swords because it's also here. So let's talk about it. Their soul energy, 6 swords. What do we get here? Tell me about it. You know, it's unbelievable. Card fell on the floor. I will tell you, it's the death card, and it's reversed. It's staring at me reversed. The death card reversed. Why is that there? Why did the death card reversed fall on the floor? Okay, why? Now I'll pick it up in a second. It's going to go right there. The crossing energy is the Knight of Swords. I think we've got, this is, well, it's communication. It's fast movement. Somebody's slowing themselves down for some reason with the death card reversed there. The environmental energy, again, it fell on the floor like that. The environmental energy, again, is fast. It was the 8 of Wands here. It's fast. This energy flows from here to here. 5D to 3D is primary flow. Fast, fast, environmental energy all around it. This is a slow. It's the 3rd slowest energy in the tarot, and it also came out here, crossing in your connection. I've got a death card reversed here. Maybe they're putting an end to the slow? I don't know. The death card reversed is usually something's dead done. It's not being rebooted. Somebody might be picking up speed, but it's the 3 of Cups is why the death card is reversed. Somebody didn't come to... Whoever this is, if it's a new soulmate wanting to tell you how they feel, or somebody who's in a marriage or relationship or a family type thing, or whatever the hell it is, they didn't come towards you before because of a 3rd energy of some kind. Now, it might also, if you're a person single, it could just be their own way of thinking, their own way of blocking their own emotions. They're not going to be able to block their emotions in this energy. The soul, as I said about the base energy, is flowing, okay? It's flowing, and it's not uncontrollable. You could do a canoe in it, right? You could use a canoe in this water, the way it's flowing. Message of change coming in here. And there's an aspect of loneliness with this Desert Queen of Cups with the empty cup fueling the Knight of Swords here. Very interesting. Let's talk about this here. There's a devil somewhere in here. It's attached to the 3 of Cups. I can smell it. Tell me about the Page of Pentacles. It's my student, but it's also communication. Oddly enough, it's also spying. It's like all 3 aspects of the Page of Pentacles. It's very weird. And I want to know what the universe has to say. So tell me about the Page of Pentacles. Why is it here? Tell me about it. I'm drawn. The only thing I can see on this card that I keep getting drawn to is the damn rainbow. Don't make me turn this into Steve's Rainbow Unicorn Tarot. Right? I'll tell you what. All right, here we go. Why is the Page of Pentacles here? It's crossed by the 8 of Pentacles. Well, I hate reusing analogies too much. It's that old V8 commercial where somebody says, I could have had a V8 and hits themselves on the head. They went for Kool-Aid instead. Somebody here is refocusing their energy is what the universe is saying. This retrograde, again, like I said in my write-up, it's like the seatbelt that holds us in place. Somebody here cannot escape this energy of it's never too late to be what you might have been. Okay? They can't escape that energy. It's all they can focus on. And they actually are very focused on it. It makes them feel good to feel that way. And I can dig it. Because when I read this energy here, I see a 3rd energy that's keeping them stuck. I see someone who's disappointed with how their life turned out. And here in our final outcome, lighted up, almost like a light at the end of a tunnel, is a path that they can retake, that there's a chance to go back and get. It might have something to do with you specifically, but it could just as easily be something your soulmate connection lit up in this person. You each, when you have a soul connection with somebody, you each have different puzzle pieces. You flick certain switches inside each other's soul. You already flicked the switches. You know, it's too late. I mean, the feelings were flowing. We had runners that were shut down when this cycle started. The feelings are flowing. You've already done that job. And they've flicked some switches in you as well, gave you some things to look at. It's about each side's individual lessons. It's not about coming together. But this here looks like this is very encouraging. What's on top? 9 of Wands. Yeah. Again, sitting out, it's red with the 5 of Pentacles here. Sitting out in that cold, right? Left themselves out in that cold. The sun is shining through. There's not much resistance here. Okay? There's not much resistance to the happiness, to wanting to, the main focus is wanting to get out of this cold. Why is the Nine of Wands here? Three Swords. It's all rooted in, I mean, I could just replace that. Why is the Nine of Wands here? Three Swords. It's painful to be out here. It's painful when you realize you didn't live up to your full potential. I'm exaggerating just to give you an example of the energy. I'm not saying that's what you're going to figure out or what they're going to figure out. But think about it. What this energy is saying. You know, we get in our own way all the fucking time in life. People do. They let other people's expectations hold them back. All of that kind of thing. Societal energies, what society expects of you, holding them back. You know? It's very painful when you figure out, when and if you figure out you didn't live up to your full potential. And that's really what this energy is about. It's showing you where you didn't. For some, it's very minor. For others, it's massive. You went completely the wrong way, right? For some of these incoming energies on the DM side, it's devastating. They went completely the wrong way. And I know that because the Tower was in the surface energy in the pre-shuffle. When I get the card that opens the pre-shuffle is very important. That's the main energy of just the surface energy around us. It's a fucking Tower. It's powerful. Let's pull on the Four of Wands. All right? A path not taken opens back up. And I think somebody takes that opportunity because remember the Eight of Wands was crossing here. All right? And these are read together. So, Four of Wands. Why is it here? What's this Four of Wands? Well, what does it mean? All right, I don't know if I want to ask what it means to you, my viewer, or just what it means in general. I'll read the energy as it flows. All right, I'm going to leave it open to the universe to tell me what it wants to tell me about this final outcome. And that's what I've done. All right, so what do you want to tell me here, universe? Tell me about the final outcome. Tell me about the Four of Wands. What's it all about? Okay, that's it. It's crossed by the Knight of Wands. Yeah. And it's funny. I said these are read with these, right? Take a look at that sky. You see that sky there up at the top of that card? Take a look at that sky. It looked like the same fucking day to me. Those two clouds meet up perfectly, right? It's nice. Somebody here, again, I've got fast energy in the environment, fast energy in the environment. This is read with this, right? It flows over to this, I should say. And I've got fast energy in the environment here, which is read with the fast energy of the Eight of Wands here. So I've basically got Knight of Wands and Eight of Wands in the environmental energy and the 3D energies. It's communication. It's someone who comes rushing in, too. Once the opportunity opens, once you see that they're under this energy, once you figure out, you know, how you can be who you might have been, you take that opportunity. I say we don't waste much time here on Two of Wands planning. There isn't. This energy is flowing nicely. The current's too strong in the 3D just to sit there with the inner tube. Now, over here in the soul, it's actually a smoother energy. It's quite nice, which is good. It makes it understandable. Okay? So everything you figure out in this energy is going to have a lot of clarity to it. You even see the clarity here a little bit. There's not a lot of clouds, a little bit, but it's basically a clear day. What's on top? The King of Wands. The Burger King, right? Well, when we're trying to figure out that saying, right? It's never too late to be what you might have been. We got to look at who we've been, don't we? Yeah. Somebody's taking a good hard look at themselves here, and they want to move away from this energy. However, I will say this knight or this king orders this knight. So somebody here is putting on their bravery boots, shall we say a little bit. They might be doing that by puffing up their ego, which I don't recommend, but they're not here to hear me not recommend that. So, you know. Why is the King of Wands here? Three of Pentacles. Another card that's been coming up a lot lately. Three Pentacles. That was crossing the Tower from the Animal deck in our pre-shuffle, if you remember. Three of Pentacles. Yeah. Under this energy, somebody starts anew. It backs up my read. This is about a new partnership. This is about building on a solid foundation. Right? This is all about that saying. It's all about the George Eliot quote. Right? It's never too late to be what you might have been. And it's right there. Somebody's walking a path that they blew off once before because it wasn't low-hanging fruit. Now they're coming down it. Does this mean that, am I going to say somebody's going to reach out to you? Well, maybe. It looks like it. I mean, the energy is right for communication for somebody who walked away to show back up. I got that with the Eight of Cups, which is reversed energy here in your, in the energy around your connection. I get that. And I get that this Knight of Pentacles can't sit still in this new energy. They're not going to, this is all new. This is a moving Knight now, which is an energy that's a repeat. I feel we've had this energy before, as recently as maybe the weekly reading or the Friday reading. So yeah, but you also, you know, I have to throw you in the mix here because you're part of this energy. You also will take a look at where you might have limited yourself. And you might walk a path that you once blew off, right? Maybe not for Burger King reasons. I don't know, we have too much of this on the DF side, but this energy still applies to you. And it backs up. I love that the reading ended with an energy we started with. So yeah, under this new energy with the Three of Pentacles, red with the World, sure. Under this new energy, somebody goes way past making plans. Somebody charges in and reaches out, or it's possible, or at least makes some changes in their life anyway. But the retrograde period I'm pulling on is the period of contemplation. It locks you in. It seatbelts you in. It duct tapes you to the chair and allows you to really focus in on it. And I saw that focusing in on it with the Eight of Pentacles crossing here. You know, it's really painful on the just talking about the incoming energy, because I get the pain, because the pain came out here in the Three of Swords. It's really painful for this energy to figure out that they didn't live up to their full potential, their soul's full potential in particular, right? Wow. All right, let's pull 3 cards from the bottom. 3 cards and a crossing card. See what else the universe wants to tell you. All right, what do you want to tell my viewers, universe, before I go pull some wicked voodoo? Because I know there's a devil here, and it lives in the Three of Cups. I'm going to tell you that right now. And I'm also going to tell you, I like the look of the fact that the World card keeps coming up. It was part of our overall energy, and it showed up in the reading. We'll see. We'll see what we do here. It should be an interesting, very deep, deep energy. What's going on? And it's not one of those difficult dark nights of the soul or inner work sort of thing. No, it makes you feel good while you're, it's inspirational energy on a way, in its own way. And because it's in Aries, right? Because Mercury's retrograde in Aries, you do something about it. Aries has got some get up and go to it, right? But through the process, it makes you feel pretty good. You feel like you can do it, right? There's confidence within the energy. This is also a brave, confident night, all right? What else? Oh, well, here we go. The Fool. This is a message for you from the universe. The Fool, the Empress, the Death card, crossing the Empress, and the base energy is the Nine of Wands. Nines of the end in tarot here. This is life-changing. I mean, there's no way I can just paraphrase it. This is the universe's message for you. Take what it means to you. This is all major arcana here. Okay? There's fate. There's destiny playing out. This is major, major, major. You don't control this. The opportunity is there. All it's saying is the opportunity is there for you to raise your vibration, move in directions you never dreamed possible. Stuff you shot down before can now come back to life. It can be reborn. Major arcana. This is some serious opportunity. Only you here in the environment have the ability to shut it down. If you put up a wall to it, you want to be a douchebag, a dickhead, whatever you want to call it, and say, well, I don't believe this stupid shit. I'm just watching Steve because, it's Steve, whatever. Fine. But I'm giving you I'm telling you what the opportunity in the main energy of this retrograde is. And only you can prevent forest fires, as Smokey the Bear says. But only you can put up a wall. And honestly, as long as you don't put up this wall, you can just flow with this energy beautifully. There's a chance for you to try things that you once shot down, to live a life that you once thought wasn't possible. You do that by looking back. I will tell you that. I'm going to pull on you at the beginning of the extended anyway. But for those that aren't going, because I don't like to hold my reading hostage, right? You don't have to get it extended. I hope you do. I'd like to have you there. But it's only if you want it. So I will tell you. I will tell you here. It's only you can put up a wall. This is an amazing opportunity energy. But in order to take advantage of it, you have to look honestly at where you've been. All right? You can't put up a wall. You can't, what's the word I'm looking for? Censor your past. Okay? You have to be honest with yourself. The best way to do that is to draw out a timeline. Either on a piece of paper or a whiteboard or whatever you want to do. Use some software, whatever it is. Draw out a timeline. Go back to wherever you need to. You know, 20 years old, 15 years old, 30 years old. I mean, whatever. It doesn't matter. 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, whatever it is. All right? But there's a great opportunity here. It's all the message from the universe to you is very clear. It's all major arcana. It's terrific. All right? Moving in directions that you once not thought possible or that once weren't available. These cards say the same thing our final outcome says here with this Four of Wands. All right? That's your reading. I hope it was helpful. If you want the extended, the link is in the description. I've got a lot to pull on. In fact, I've got this to pull on for you. And that's pretty wild. That's going to be massive. All right? If you want the extended, the link's in the description. It's up to you. Knock yourself out. And again, I hope this reading was helpful. All right. Good luck.